All right. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema, Alatham Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai to all the sisters. We are the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Knowledge that you can use in your life. Yeah, right. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. In the ISUPK, since 1969, has been teaching the truth of the Bible from the true perspective of the Bible. And so that so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians are the true Israelites, the true Jews, God's chosen people of the Bible. And also that the Bible is to, for, and about the Israelites, written by, to, and for the Israelites. In the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group, cult, or religion. And as we say, and as we know, and if it's not of the ISUPK, it is not of the truth. If you're not in the ISUPK, you're not in the truth. With that being said, I'm Officer 500 Yanazar, and I'll be teaching the class tonight. Tonight is the Wednesday night law class, which we're going to deal with issues pertaining to the law at first, and then we go into a topic. That's my mode of teaching, and I always emphasize the law because there's nothing more important than the law. Without the law, you understand, there's no Israel. You know what I'm saying? Our success as a nation is directly linked to the performance by us of the law. You understand? Our success as a nation hinges upon us performing and obeying God's law. You understand? It is a matter of life and death. You understand? Failure and success. Understand? That's how important the law is. You understand? So, with that being said, we're going to get right into it. We're going to start with some law scriptures, and then I got a very interesting topic that I want to get into tonight that, we'll talk about it once we deal with these law scriptures. And with that being said, give me Deuteronomy 27:1, Baba Kashar, because the law is everything to us, man. Right. There's no way that, I can, explain it or express it any more, any better than the fact that it is everything. It is our success. Without this law, we ain't nothing. Look at us without the law. Mm-hmm. Then look at us, look at those of us who do have the law in the ISUPK. That's right. You understand? We're oppressed just like all the other brothers and sisters. You understand? All the tribes are oppressed together as it is written. You understand what I'm saying? But we have that which was given to us to use to better us. You understand? That the Most High gave us and that Christ taught us. And we put these things to practical use, you understand, in this truth. And that's imperative for us to be successful in the mission that we have, which is to bring blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, so-called, back to their power, to their God. You understand? Under Christ. That's our mandate. That's what we do. You got that, brother?
Come.
Let's read it.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying,
Moses, with the elders of Israel. Read on.
Come. Commanded the people, saying.
What's the name of these people again?
The elders of Israel.
Israel. This law was written to, for, and about Israel.
Damn right.
We were given the law. You understand? We were given charge to take command, You understand? And, take possession of the law for
Right.
it to be distributed. You understand? From us. Read on.
Come. Keep all the commandments.
Keep how many?
All the.
Go ahead.
I was like, all the commandments.
Keep all the commandments, man. Don't let anybody in these fake Hebrew Israelite groups and these Old Testament Israelites try to tell you that you only, and don't even think about these Christians because they don't know nothing about the law. They don't care about the law.
Right.
They think that the law was expunged, that it was done away with, that it was trashed. You understand? That's what Christians are taught for the most part. And this is one of the greatest sins that, to me, I could be wrong, but in my estimation, in my humble opinion, to say that God's law is done away with is one of the wickedest things that ever occurred on the face of the earth, as far as I'm concerned.
That's right.
That's my opinion. Now, read on, brother.
Come. Verse 2.
No, that's it on that.
Oh, okay, come.
It's telling you here, Israel, that we were given this law and we're supposed to obey it. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 6. We're going to read 1 through 3.
Come.
We were given this law for a very lofty and high purpose.
Right.
And this law is very powerful and very valuable and essential, like I said, for the success of our people.
Damn right.
But our people don't want to hear the law. Because the reason why, one of the primary reasons why our people don't want to hear the law is because they don't know who they are. Now, if you watched my class last week, I did a biblical genealogy on Israel. You understand? Where I traced Israel back to Adam. You understand? Through Eber, through Abraham. You understand?
Okay.
Through Shem, Eber, Abraham. That's one bloodline. This is the prominent bloodline in the Bible. The bloodline of the Israelites.
Damn right.
You understand? God's chosen people.
Right.
God will once again choose Israel, according to the scriptures. You got that, bro?
Come.
Read.
Come. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 1. Now, these are the commandments, the statutes, and the judgments.
These are the statutes and the judgments. Lock it. Read on.
Come. Which the Lord your power commanded to teach you.
He commanded Moses to teach us these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is just basic law 101 we're dealing with right here. The law was given unto Moses, and Moses' job was to teach the children of Israel, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians, the law that God had taught to him.
Right.
And this is the law that is an everlasting law, you understand? And nobody has the authority to cancel it.
Right.
No one. Christ certainly didn't. So if Christ didn't cancel the law, then who did?
Right.
Who had the authority to do so? The Catholic Church? It's funny.
Good night.
But they did it. They canceled the law and they changed the Sabbath. You understand? Read on, brother.
Come. That ye might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it.
So he gave us this law so that when we go into the land that later on will become our land, that was called the land of Israel, you understand? We were supposed to perform this law as our responsibility in the covenant or the agreement or the contract that we had made with the Most High.
Right.
You understand? Okay, read on.
Come, verse 2. That thou mightest fear the Lord thy power.
That you might fear the Most High. You understand? You understand? And the thing about when you say fear the Most High, what does that mean? Like, what it means is that you don't have to walk around in terror. You understand? You just got to walk around with the knowledge and the understanding that if you break his law, there's going to be punishment, man.
That's right.
And when you learn that his law is actually good for you and beneficial to your life, you understand? You look at it from a different perspective and how it is healthy for us.
Right.
And it's clean for us. It's holy for us. For we are a holy people. You understand? And the law separates us, which is what the word holy means, from other nations because of the cleanliness and the holiness of the law itself in the performance of it by those people who God chose to perform it first.
That's right.
Okay? So read on, brother.
Which I command thee, thou and thy son.
Thou and he commanded us and our sons. Remember, like when you read the book of Genesis, right? And you see that the law was already on the earth when Cain killed Abel. You understand? Adam was given the law when Cain killed Abel because Abel's offering was lawful and Canaan was not. That's why he killed his brother. You understand? Because his brother was lawful and he was not. And he was envious of his brother. So he rose up and slew his brother, murdered his brother.
Right.
And as we say, the law is life and death.
That's right.
And that's that's a perfect example of it. You understand? Because he didn't want to obey the law, he committed murder, man. You understand? So this law has been around from Adam. When Noah put the animals in the ark, the Lord said, put 7 of the clean. You understand? But only 2 of the unclean.
Okay.
Right here. You understand? So we got to understand how important this law is. And like, just check it out. It says for you and your sons, right?
Right.
Read that part again, Baba Kasha.
Which I command thee, thou and thy son.
Meaning that you get it and you teach it to your sons, man. Just imagine, just for a second, man. Just let's be like, think righteous for a second if we can. And just imagine us teaching our children these laws from the time they little. Right. And these little kids, 2 years old, they learning stuff. And you teach this child this law when he's 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, man. Right. Train up a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. You understand? I'm paraphrasing, but I'm close to what it's saying.
Right.
And this whole world would be a different place, man. Trust and believe. You understand? But Israel decided that what the heathens were doing was more fun. And that the law was really not that important to us. You understand? So the Most High did what a father was supposed to do in that situation and put you on punishment until you relented and returned to him and obeyed his law, statutes, and commandments. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You understand? Read on.
And thy son's son.
And thy son's sons, man. Like, for real, like once we get it together,
right,
and we have our family structure back together according to the law, and we begin to teach these to our children, the whole, like in one generation, man, we could wipe out half of our problems, man.
That's right.
Sickness, economics, a lot of these problems that we have, man, if we were just to perform God's law, you understand, among ourselves, I'm not trying to tell anybody to love other people or, you understand, but to just among ourselves, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Indians, just to love ourselves, man.
Right.
And love your brother. You understand? Don't hate on that Hispanic brother.
That's right.
You understand? The Hispanic brother, don't hate on that Native Indian.
That's right.
Native Indian, don't hate on that Negro, because the only reason why we don't like each other is because we were taught to hate one another by the oppressor, man.
Right.
You understand? When we came over here, there's many instances in history where we worked together. But whenever the oppressor saw us uniting and saw similarities between us, he made sure, like, what he would do is he would make he would allow Native Indians and these other Hispanic tribes to have black slaves.
Mm.
And then he would let black soldiers and black men violate and abuse Native Indian women.
Damn.
And he would, whatever he could do to cause hatred among us, between us, he would do it. Because as in Egypt, as it was in Egypt, when he's, well, maybe they are many and mightier than we, and they might join our enemies in war against us. I'm paraphrasing. So this same oppressor, you understand, he's just like the Egyptians in that manner. And whereas he didn't want us to unite with any other people, he wanted us to be a pariah, you understand, a reject amongst the other nations so that we couldn't unite. And that includes blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
And so we were taught to hate one another. But imagine that if we were taught to love one another, which is what the Bible teaches us and which Christ emphasized above all things. What are the great commandments? That ye love one another as I have loved you. Meaning that we love each other to the point where you be ready to give your life for your brother or your sister, man.
Damn right.
Understand? And this is what we are emphasizing, and this is what we want you to understand of this law and the magnitude of the impact of it on our lives moving forward. Understand? And this is what we want for you. I want it for me.
Damn right.
I want it for all my brothers and sisters, all of you, Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Hey, man, like, I just want to just commend my captain, Doc.
Damn right.
Because last night we was doing a class, and this Hispanic brother called in about Mexico being independent, man. And the brotherhood came together in love to show this brother this. Let me turn it down just a taste. I got it. To show this brother, out of love, that he's being misled, because when they tell you the lie that one of the nations are independent, is just to divide you from the other nation.
Right.
Because Negroes can't say that they're independent. You understand? The Hispanic tribes in the Caribbean, they better not even try to say that they're independent. Right. But if a Mexican brother could say that he's independent, he's separate from them. Understand? And this is an illusion. And the way that our captain Niathot broke it down, it was artful. You understand? And making that brother understand that we all in the same boat, man. We're in the same ditch trying to dig ourselves out, man. You got something?
Oh, it's like Sir Trooper Kwamapar checked in.
Okay. Hey, Shalom, Kwamapar. It's good to hear from you, brother. Good to see that you tuning in. You understand?
Oh, nah, sir.
But we welcome all the brothers and sisters to come into this class and learn. You understand? Because this law is the foundation of everything that we do.
Damn right.
So, I'm just trying to get you to understand, what this is all about. And we've been taught this, you understand, and we've been taught to teach. You understand that we are all, you understand, significant in the eyes of the law, of the Lord, particularly when we're obeying him.
That's right.
Read on, brother.
Khan. All the days of thy life, and that thy days may be prolonged.
Meaning, you understand, when it says that your days may be prolonged, what does that mean? That means your life you'll live longer.
Osai Christ.
You'll eat, you'll be healthier. You'll have your brothers and sisters to support you. Your family structure will be intact.
Osai Christ.
You understand? You will come to learn what it really is to be God's chosen people and the blessing thereof, man. Your days will be prolonged, man.
Right.
Y'all people sit up here and you read about brothers living 900 years and you think that's nonsense, man. Ain't nobody lived no 900 years. I wish I had $1 for every time I heard that.
Right.
Ain't nobody. Methuselah 969 years. That nonsense. Ain't nobody. The Most High shortened your lifespan because we were wicked, man.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? We can live that long. You understand? This is the word of God. It's impossible for God to lie.
Right.
It's impossible. Read on, brother.
Come, verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel.
Hear therefore, O who?
O Israel.
O Israel. One more time.
O Israel.
O Israel. That's what we here for. That's what we love. That's what we standing up for. That's what we teaching for.
Right.
That's what we fighting for. Because this is a battle.
Damn right.
This is a spiritual battle. You understand? It's not a carnal battle. It's a spiritual battle. And we're going to win.
Right.
Because within the truth is the spirit of the Lord in Christ, man. Can't lose with it.
Come.
We will not lose. As long as we adhere to what the Most High has given us and obey him, we're going to win.
Okay.
You understand? We got to go through what we got to go through. Ain't no change in that because the Most High has spoken it already. But at the end of it all, we on top. We on top. We ruling.
That's right.
Read on, brother.
Come. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it.
Observe to do it. Look. Observe means to watch, to look, and do it. You see your father doing it. He's lawful. Your uncle is lawful. Your mother's lawful. Your sister's lawful. Your aunt is lawful. Your grandmother's lawful. You're going to be lawful.
Right.
It's a commandment, man. This is what we got away from, man. You understand what I'm saying? But Christ said that we all the men of Israel can be priests. Meaning that all of us could teach this law and make sure that every household in Israel has this law, man. Every household in Israel is going to have this law.
I'm right.
And ISUPK and the Commander General, Your Honor, you understand? We're the vehicle on this earth right now.
Yeah, right.
Behind this law and teaching our people. Read on.
Come, that it may be well with thee.
That it may be well with thee. That everything could be good with you, well with you.
Right.
Read on.
Come, and that ye may increase mightily.
And that you may increase mightily. You understand? Read on.
Come, as the Most High thy fathers have promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey.
The land that, meaning that everything good could happen to you there. Is there literally milk and honey flowing down like rivers? No. It just means that you have access to all the good things, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4. We're going to read verses 5 and 6 and plus 9. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 4, Baba Gashah. You understand? Because this is the Wednesday night law class. And we're doing Law 101.
God.
To understand this law from the foundation and the purpose of it.
That's right. Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
This is Moses telling the people, I have taught you statutes and judgments. You understand? Moses was given this to teach us, and he has done it now.
That's right.
And he's going to continue to do so. Read on.
Come. Even as the Lord my power commanded me.
Just as the Most High told me to. I'm doing what the Most High, I'm obeying God's commandment.
Right.
And I need you to do that as well. Observe and do. You understand? Observe Moses.
Okay.
Read.
Come. That ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Understand? Before I give you this land, I had to give you rules.
Right.
Before I give you this great and wonderful land that was formerly called the Garden of Eden, I got to give you some rules, man, before you go up in there. Right? Read on.
Come. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding, in the sight of the nations.
Meaning that when the other nations see how we conduct ourselves and how we revere our power and obey our God, and the benefits that they would see for us by doing this. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what he's talking about. The other nations say, damn, look at these people, man.
Right.
You understand? They must have a real good, powerful God with them. Read on.
Come. Which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Surely this nation, these are some wise people, man.
Damn right.
Look at their judgments. Look how they conduct themselves. Look how lawful they are and how in order they are. Read on.
Verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath the most high so nigh unto them?
What nation? Who is this nation that has God, the most high power, so near to them?
Right.
Who are these people, man? They are something else. They are special. They are holy.
Right.
Let's follow them. You understand? Read on.
Come. As the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for.
Meaning that the Most High is always there for us when we obey him. You understand? That's what that means. When you obey the Most High, he's there for you. You understand? Because that's all he requires of you.
Right.
Is to obey him and to love your brother as you love yourself, or as Christ loved us, man. Ain't no more love than that. Ain't no higher love than that. I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
Y'all talk about all this romantic love and this, and man, that's what is it? It's what's the word I'm looking for? That's carnal.
Oh, come on.
This is spiritual, what we're talking about.
Damn right.
You understand? The only way that the spirit can defeat the carnal is in truth, man. When the spirit beareth witness to the truth, then you can overcome the carnal. You understand? What your bodily desires, your lusts. You understand? Day of Atonement coming up.
Damn right.
Sunday, sundown Sunday to sundown Monday, right?
Kind of what, sir?
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh-wee.
24 hours. You understand? We got to afflict our souls, man.
Damn right.
And I look forward to it. And it's
Most
a challenge.
Christ.
You understand? It's really a challenge. You understand? The Day of Atonement is lawful.
Damn right.
Read on, brother.
Verse 8. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day?
What nation is more righteous than us?
Right.
What nation could be more righteous than the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave to a nation? Can there be a greater righteousness than that?
Come
on. Hell no.
That's right.
Read verse 9, brother.
Come. Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself.
Only take heed to thyself, man. Check yourself. Ooh. See what you're doing, how you're living first. Don't expect something from a brother that you don't expect from yourself. In this truth, man. Don't expect another brother to be more brotherly than you.
Right.
You be more brotherly than him. That's what they showed me in here. Everybody was more brotherly than me when I came in here. Everybody, even the little babies. You understand? And this is how we learn, man.
Most High Christ.
Understand? I remember my father told me, this is one of the few things my father taught me. He's we was having some discrepancy with somebody, and he said to me, and then my father gave the dude some money, and I was like, yo, why you do that? He said, I'm never going to let nobody be nicer to me than I am to them. He didn't always live that way, but he told me that. And I always remembered that, and then he told me, he said he gave the dude money because he got rid of him for a little cash. He ain't got to mess with him no more. That was funny. I always remember that. It was my old pop. I love my dad. He deserted us. He was kicked out by the system, so to speak, Claudine type shit, and I love my dad.
Most High
Always,
Christ.
man. You understand? So, finish up, bro.
Come. And keep thy soul diligently.
Keep thy soul diligently. Pay special attention to your soul, yourself, your person. Take heed of yourself, man. Put the focus on yourself and what you're doing, and what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. And I'm going to tell you, in the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, we have what we call counsel.
Right.
And brother, trust and believe. That is one of the great things about our nation, man, is our setup for counsel. You understand? And I'm imploring every brother and sister within earshot. If you need counsel, do not be ashamed. Man, I done told brothers stuff that I never thought I'd tell them. You understand? I'll tell my captain anything. I'm telling you now. You understand? To keep from getting caught out there, man, I'm scared of out there.
Right.
I'm scared of the world, man. I hate the world.
Damn right.
So I need to call my captain and tell him what's up. You know, sometimes we don't want to do it. We men, man, we can handle it. Nah. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we need a little help.
Come.
That's what the brotherhood is all about. Read on, brother.
Come. Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen.
You understand? The most, like this people of Moses' generation, of that generation, man, it's like living with Christ almost, man. Like they saw the, they saw the chariots in full power. They saw the Red Sea. They saw the Most High, swallow Israelites up who was wicked against Moses. They saw mad miracles, man.
Come.
And Most High said, don't forget what you've seen. Teach it to you, because these are the things, these are part of the law. You understand? They're written in this book, so they're law. You understand? When Christ told, when they went after Christ, they said, we're not stoning you for breaking the law. We're stoning you because you try to say that you God. And Christ said, I'm paraphrasing, is it not written in your law that ye are gods? Now that law is in the Psalms. So what Christ is telling you, that what was written in the Psalms is law.
That's right.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? That's the 82nd Psalm. I think it's verse 5 or 6. You understand? So whatever's in this book is law, man.
Come.
So I look at everything in this book as law. Understand? And we have classes here and around the country and around the world that if you want to, learn something, if you have a question, you come and you ask that question.
Right.
You will get an answer.
Damn right.
Understand? Read on.
Come. Unless they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
If you don't observe yourself diligently and forget the things why are these things written down?
Right.
So that we can reread them and not forget and remember them. That's why you got a memory. You understand? So we can read these things and that we remember all of them.
That's right.
What the Most High has done for us, man. And we feel a sense of gratitude and humility, you understand, before the Most High power, and deservedly so. You understand? The best way to worship the Most High is to do what the hell he says, man.
That's right.
Read on.
Oh, God. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Teach them forever to your children. Hey, this is going to happen. You understand? Like, what people don't understand is like, the New Testament, you understand, includes this. The law is included in the New Testament. And we're to teach our children. Anything else up there? Hey, shalom to Akash Carr. We appreciate you, my brother. You know what it is, man. You know what it is, brother. You understand? We're going to get this job done. There's nobody going to stop us from doing it. You understand?
Damn right.
The only person that could stop us is Lord in Christ.
That's right.
And we love our people, man. And man, listen, man. Before I came to this truth, man, I never thought I'd be talking to brothers and sisters in the Caribbean and Mexico and and all these other nations in Panama. Nah, man.
Okay.
You understand? Like, I don't imagine that you, if you're not in the truth, understand the scope of what we're dealing with as far as brotherhood is concerned and how we reach out to one another, no matter where we are, man. Like, we got this brother Akashkar. He lives in the Bahamas. And he's on the live feeding classes participating. The brothers in Jamaica participating. We're in Durham, North Carolina, and they talking to Cap in the class, greeting us in the class from Jamaica. You understand? Akashkar. He's in the Bahamas, man, participating in classes, man. We have a beautiful golden opportunity here. Yeah, right. And let's take advantage of it, man. This is from the Most High Power, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You understand? We just have to see it for what it is, according to the word of God. That's how you got to look at it. Okay? With that being said, we are now, you understand, love the law, man. Love it. We're now going to go into our topic. And our topic tonight, I was going to hold this class for a minute because I didn't really have all my scriptures together, man. But, I've been watching the news and watching the goings on in the earth, man, and listening to General Mayaka Allah and General Salaki there. I'm Salaki. I got brain freeze. Okay. And the general was talking about Salaki to my General Hazayan, Salaki Adawan. You understand? General Hazayan did a class, you understand what I'm saying, a couple of weeks ago, and he was dealing with issues, you understand, pertaining to Hamites. You understand? And and he gave me the real motivation to do this class, and then on Thursday, Captain Tazariak past Thursday was battling this shenanigan-filled, this, you understand, Hamite man who was just a fraud, man. You understand? And he thought he could stand toe-to-toe with Captain Tazariak, man. Understand? And what he was really trying to do, all he was trying to do was promote his, he's one of those faith healers. You understand? He was just trying to promote. And once he went into that, man, I'm telling you, boy, you got to hear that. It was really entertaining and knowledgeable. Knowledgeful. You understand? So we're going to trace the genealogy of the Hamites. Okay. You understand? Because we are not Africans at all. Right. You understand? Baba Kasha, okay. Give me the Zondervan. Get the Zondervan. We're going to read to you, you understand, who Ham is. Right. Before we go into our presentation, because to understand that we are not Africans. Damn right. And to understand, like, we don't have a hatred for anybody or anything without reason, without cause. Right. It's unlawful to hate a thing without cause, man, and especially a human being. And especially your brother or your sister. So we have a reason, you understand, why we speak against these Hamites or so-called Africans, man. Right. And it's biblical and it's epic in volume. You understand? They've always been our enemies, man. Damn right. And I'm going to prove it to you tonight. Read.
Okay. It's the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
The youngest son of Noah. Noah had 3 sons. You understand? Shem, Japheth, Ham. Ham was the youngest. Read.
Okay. Born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood.
It was Noah, his wife, Japheth, his wife, Shem, his wife, Ham, and his wife. 8 people. That was it.
Okay.
Read on.
Okay. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
He became the what?
The progenitor of the dark races.
Ham is the progenitor of what they call the dark races. Now, this is not completely the truth.
Okay.
Because all of these nations were dark at this particular time. There were no Edomites on the planet as of yet.
Right.
But he's saying that Ham is the progenitor or the father of all the dark races, because it's not all black people is not one race.
Right.
See, that's the thing. You understand? All white people are one race, but all dark people are not.
That's right.
Read on.
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negro. Now, if he's the progenitor of all the dark races, but not the Negro, what does that tell you? The Negro is not an African.
That's right.
Because he's going to tell you as we read on, not the Negro means the Negro don't come from Ham. He's not a Hamite. He's not an African.
Right.
Read on.
But the Egyptians.
The Egyptians, Mizraim in the Bible.
Damn right.
The Egyptians, Tazarium in the Hebrew, Mizraim in English. Read on.
Ethiopians.
The Ethiopians, they are a bunch of liars.
Right.
Read on.
Libyans.
The Libyans, North Africa.
Right.
You understand? Read on.
And Canaanites.
And the Canaanites, Southern Africa.
They
They migrated down there, and they'll even tell you that they came from north and migrated to the south. You understand? So those are the African nations. Those are the 4 basic African nations. And from those 4 sons came the other African tribes.
Right.
And nations. You understand? But not the Negro.
That's right.
So if the Negro is not an African, who the hell is he?
Right.
He's an Israelite.
Damn right.
And this tells you, now this is the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. This is the compact version. This was written by the oppressor, meaning that they know who the hell we are. They know it.
Right.
If it's not the Negro, then who the hell is the Negro? There's only Shem and Japheth left.
That's right.
So they must have been black folks too. You understand? So with that being said, is that it on that?
Oh, there's a little bit more, sir.
Finish it off, Rob.
His indecency, when his father lay drunken, brought a curse upon Canaan.
So Canaan was the son of Ham. And Canaan looked upon his father and laughed when he saw him naked. And when they ate dad in there drunk, ha, ha, ha. And the Most High put a curse on him. And the curse has come to pass. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. Understand? We're going to prove that to you. So the so-called Negro, which includes blacks and West Indians, for the most part. You understand? Judah, Benjamin, Levi.
Right.
When we say Negro, that's who we're talking about for the most part.
That's
but
right.
When we say black, we're talking about all the tribes.
That's
all
right.
All the 12 tribes are what we call Negro or black. The word Negro simply means black in Latin.
Right.
You understand? In Spanish, Negro sucia. I remember one of the funniest things I ever seen is a black woman and a Puerto Rican woman was arguing on the corner of 178th Street and Honeywell Avenue. And I never get along with that Puerto Rican lady said, "You negra sucio sama mam bitch." Damn. I always it was so funny. I always remembered it. It was funny. Anyway, Salaki. It was hilarious. You should have seen them argue. But anyway, this relationship that we've had with Ham has never been good.
Right.
They've never respected us. They've never loved us. And we're going to get into it now. Let's get it. Let's start with Genesis 9 and 20. I'm going to be trying to move. I might have to do part 2 because there's a lot of scriptures and it might be 2 parts to this class. Read on.
It's like I say too. I got the council tonight at 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. We're going to get out here on time. Okay, so we might have part 2 because I got a lot of scriptures and I want to get them in. So let's go. 9 and 20.
The book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 20.
Slack it. Hold that one. Give me Genesis 6 and 10.
Come on. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 10. And Noah begat 3 sons.
Noah had 3 sons. Read.
Come on. Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
You understand? Those are the 3 sons that Noah had. Ham was the youngest.
Right.
You understand? When Noah was when he started building the ark, he was like 500 years old. You understand? Sheesh. And when the flood ended, he was 600. That's what the Bible said.
Damn.
Understand? So now let's go to Genesis 9 and 20.
Come on. Book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 20. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard.
Now, a husbandman is simply a farmer, a kashkar. He knows about that.
Come on.
A kashkar is a husbandman. You understand? He's a farmer. He grows produce in the Bahamas. Read.
Come on. Verse 21. And he drank of the wine.
So he had a vineyard of grapes, and he made his own wine. And one night, he feeling good. He got drunk. Read on.
Come on. And was drunken.
He was drunken. Ooh, we all been there.
Right.
Read on.
Come on. And he was uncovered within his tent.
And he was naked within his tent. He lying in there naked, drunk. You get drunk and fall out.
Good night.
Pass out. You understand? So he naked in the tent. This is Noah, a righteous man, but he just got drunk one night.
Right.
Read.
Come on. Verse 22. And Ham, the father of Canaan.
The father, remember, Canaan is one of the 4 sons of Ham. Right? Ham comes into the tent. Read.
Come on. Saw the nakedness of his father.
And he saw his father naked there. Did he cover his father up? He did not.
Good night.
He went outside and laughed and told his brothers, yo, dad in there drunk naked, man. Sheesh. Understand? Read.
Come on. And told his 2 brethren without.
He went out and told his 2 brothers. Read on.
Come on. Verse 23. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders.
So they laid both a garment, they covered their father up. You understand? With a garment. They went in backwards, not to look at his nakedness, and they covered their father, a righteous deed. You understand? Read on.
Come on.
And it also lets you know that the law was in effect because it's unlawful to look upon your father's nakedness.
That's right.
That's the proof right there. Okay. Read on.
Come on. And went backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness.
They saw not their father's nakedness. So imagine your father laying there naked, and you're here, and your brother's dead, and between you is a garment. And you walk backwards, never looking at your father, and you placed the garment over your dad, and you never looked upon his nakedness.
Most High Christ.
Because you have respect of the law and respect of your father as well. Who want to see their father naked, man? Come on.
Right.
That's ridiculous, man. You understand? So, read on.
Come on. Verse 24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him.
So Noah woke up and he realized that, he remembered, Ham was in here laughing at me. You understand? That this is a man of God. He's the most righteous man on the planet Earth at the time.
That's right.
Read on.
Come on, verse 25. And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren.
Now, Canaan is the son of Ham.
Come on.
You understand? So cursed shall be Canaan. He shall be a servant unto his brethren.
Damn.
You understand? Now, we're going to get into that a little bit later because he has been a servant. But we're going to get a little bit more specific as we go on, okay? Read on.
Come on. Verse 26. And he said, blessed be the Lord power of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
There it is. Now, Shem had sons too. And Canaan has become a servant to them.
Damn right.
You understand? Look at South Africa.
Mm.
Look how the Shemitic nations, which would be China, which would be India, which would be Japan, which would be the Edomites,
Right.
the Europeans, all of them, you understand, are being served by the so-called African.
Right.
The so-called African, all of the China's in there in Africa, just taking the resources out. They got a little deal working with them. This is why Niger and these other nations is trying to rise up, because they tired of being ripped off. But they've been subservient to these other nations, just like this scripture says.
Right.
The truth of the Bible is where you see it. You understand? He said that he would be a servant to Shem. The Shemitic peoples or nations of the earth includes Israel, you understand, Ishmael, you understand, Edom, you understand, Moab,
right,
Ammon, you understand, what's the East Indian
Elam, sir?
Elam. All of those are Shemitic people. They come from Shem.
Right.
And the Canaanites have been their servants, man. Just like the scripture said.
That's right.
You understand? Read on.
Come, verse 27.
No, that's it on that.
Oh, come.
Let's go to Genesis 10:1, Baba Kasha.
Come. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 1. Now, these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, and the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
So what that means is now these people, their descendants become nations. That's what generations mean. Now they're becoming nations. They have descendants. You understand? Go to that's it on one.
That's a little more.
Read on.
Come. And unto them were sons born after the flood.
After the flood, they had children.
Come.
You understand? Sons and daughters, right?
Okay.
It just says sons, but that just means because it's talking about a bloodline. They don't mention the daughters, not because there weren't any daughters, but because the seed is counted, the nation is counted for the seed. You understand? From the man. Okay?
Come.
That's it on 6?
Come. That was 10 and 1.
Yeah, Salaki. Go to 6, verse 6.
Come. Verse book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 6. And the sons of Ham.
The sons of Ham. Now these are the sons of Ham. Let's read.
Come. Cush and Mizraim and Put and Canaan.
Understand? These are the same people that we were talking about, the Ethiopians in the Bible Zondervan.
Damn right.
Canaanites, the Ethiopians, it's Put.
Come.
You understand? Hold on a second. Let me get where I'm at. Read them again.
Come. Book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush.
Cush is the Ethiopian.
Come, sir.
Put is the North African. You understand? These are the nations that came out of Ham. And from these brothers, as we're going to read on, became other tribes and nations.
Right.
But these are the 4 main branches of what we call Africans. The progenitor of the dark races, but they don't want to tell you that everybody was dark. You understand? But they even have to admit that the Hamites, you understand, were dark.
Come.
Even the oppressor admits that. You understand? As it is written in his book. Read on.
Come. Verse 7.
Salaki, go to verse 8.
Come, sir. Book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 8. And Cush begat Nimrod.
And Cush begat Nimrod. You understand? The Cushite people, you understand, begat Nimrod. Read on. You got something?
Well, Slack, sir, if I could ask real quick, Nimrod is he the one that like the progenitors of Rome? No, he's not. He's not a progenitor of Rome, right?
No. Cush, Nimrod he started the kingdom of Babylon. Which we're going to read that.
Okay.
He's the king that his birthday is December 25th.
Oh.
He's the one his mother made the people worship him with the evergreen tree in the book of Jeremiah.
You understand? Nimrod. Okay.
Cush. He was the one that built the Tower of Babel in defiance of the Most High. We're going to read all of that. Read on.
He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Meaning that he began to get power in the earth. Nimrod. He's an African.
Right.
He's not from Shem. He's from Ham.
Right.
You understand? He's from Cush. You understand? The Ethiopians. You understand? Read on.
Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord.
Meaning that he was a killer.
Good night.
A hunter is a killer in the Bible. In context. You understand? When he talks about Esau being a hunter, that means he was good at killing things.
Right.
It's the same thing here. He's good at killing. He was a mighty man. How you think he got to power? They didn't vote him in. Wasn't no democracy back then.
Right.
He took power. He was a mighty hunter. Understand? He hunted his prey, which was the people round about, and he came to power.
Right.
Read on.
Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Verse 10. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel.
The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, which became Babylon. You understand? He started that kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't live long, but he started the kingdom because his mother was still alive when he died. Okay? So she started the holy day, the holiday that later on became Christmas. Sheesh. It's in the book of Jeremiah chapter 10. You understand? So now, that was verse 10, right?
Just a little bit more, sir.
Read on, finish.
Of his kingdom was Babel and Erech and Akkad.
Now I want you to look at that name, Erech. You understand? Because if you look at the Hebrew translation, it's Iraq.
Oh.
You understand?
Wow.
It's Iraq. All you got to do, get the Blue Letter Bible, go to the book of Genesis 6 and 10. What is it? 10, chapter 10 and verse, what's that? Verse 10 or verse 9?
Oh, it's like, sir, 10 and 10. So.
10 and 10, and you see the Hebrew, it's Iraq.
Good night.
That's where the name Iraq comes from. You understand? But these people that live in Iraq now are not, well, are a mixture of the indigenous people and the invaders, you understand, that came from Europe and Greece and other places and took over that area.
Good night.
Understand? Read on.
In Calneh, in the land of Shinar.
In the land of Shinar. This land right here is what they later on became Mesopotamia. You understand? Where Abraham's people lived as well, but that's a whole nother story. We brought that out last week. You understand? Now, go to verse 19, Baba Kasha.
Book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Uh-oh. Ooh-wee. You understand? I remember back in the day when I was in the world, they used to say that Sodom and Gomorrah was white people. Nah. Wasn't no white people around. I'm sorry to tell you. According to the Bible, they was Africans. Man.
That's right.
What we call Africans today. Yikes. You understand? Their border, you understand? Their border went up to Sodom and Gomorrah, meaning that they was there. They participated in it if they weren't the rulers of it. You understand? Because within your borders, you rule.
God.
Correct? I would think so.
God.
Except if you're Israel during the time of the Romans and the Greeks.
That's
But anyway,
right.
read on.
Kalawakan, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lashah. Verse 20. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations.
You understand? This was their land. This is where the Hamites lived.
Right.
They migrated into Africa, man. After the flood, it wasn't nobody in Africa,
Right.
because the scripture says that the ark landed on the mountains of Ararat, which is in present day Turkey. You understand? And then they migrated south, because if there was any people living in Africa, they were drowned. So now there's another people coming into Africa.
Oh, God.
You understand what I'm saying? Called Hamites, who we call today Africans.
Right.
You understand? This is the book of the word of the Lord.
God.
This is the book of truth. This is the best, greatest history book ever written.
Damn right.
Bar none. That's it on 20?
God, sir.
Go to chapter 13 and 13.
God.
Genesis 13 and 13, Baba Kasha. Because, see, I'm giving you their bloodline and their origin for a reason. You understand what I'm saying? Because these people have always been against us. And I can recall one instance in the Bible when Abraham was dealing with them, and he dealt with them, and they dealt righteously with Abraham. That's a fact.
Good night.
But other than that, and a few other minor occasions, they've been against us, and we're going to prove that tonight. We don't hate Hamites without a cause.
Right.
Even now, look at what's going on now. Look in the Caribbean, how the Hamites have, put themselves into the reggae world without paying reverence to the brothers and sisters who started the music form and who are poor over there and who have supported these Hamites. And so now the Hamites try to act like it's their music. Oh,
right.
these they got the beat from Africa. Hell no.
That's right.
They made their own damn beat, because we God's chosen people. And we don't need to get no beat from nobody.
Damn right.
At all. Every music form in the Western Hemisphere was created and started and supported by Israelites, man.
That's right.
You cannot name not one music form that exists in the Western Hemisphere that was not originated by Israelites. Not one. I don't care if it's in Portuguese, Spanish, English, or French. It was an Israelite who started. Rock and roll.
Right.
Reggae.
Right.
Soca.
Right.
Calypso.
Right.
You understand? I can't remember the name of the Mexican music, but all of the music forms, jazz,
right,
hip hop, soul, R&B. You understand? All the forms of music, reggaeton.
Even country, sir?
Huh?
Even country, sir?
Even country.
Good night.
Country is a derivative of the blues, man. You understand? That if it wasn't for Israelites, we'd still be listening to Beethoven, and they say he's black.
Most High Christ.
So don't no Hamite come out here and try to tell us that, oh, these are you got the beat from the African. Nah, you're a liar.
Damn right.
Where were you when we were making up these beats, man?
Right.
You wasn't nowhere around. You understand? If we was your people, you never came looking for us.
Right.
You didn't give a damn about us, man. Understand? You got rich off of selling us to the oppressor, man.
That's right.
And we supposed to love you because you got the same skin color? We are not that naive. We're not stupid like that. But they want us to be stupid like that. How the hell are you going to get a Hamite to play Harriet Tubman?
Come on.
How are you going to get a Hamite to play Toussaint Louverture? Shit. You understand? They don't get a Hamite to play Julius Caesar.
Right.
You understand? They don't get a Hamite to play George Washington.
Right.
So how in the hell he could be, a Huey Newton? They got a Hamite to play him.
Good night.
Because they want us to identify the reason why they bring in the Hamites in over us. And I'm going to keep on repeating this. They have the idea to bring a peacekeeping force into Haiti headed by Hamites, particularly the Kenyans.
Good night.
This is a plan that they intend to implement. You keep an eye on it. Understand? These Hamites, you understand what I'm saying? They just want to step on our heads, on our backs, to lift themselves up and to pretend to be us and to take the glory and all the work that we've done to achieve all the things that we've done here in the Western Hemisphere under great oppression. You know, and we fall for it. Why? Because we're taught that we're Africans. In ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana, we totally reject that lie.
That's right.
We are not Africans, and the oppressor knows and proves that we are not Africans himself. You can believe him if you want, but I'm going to believe the book. You understand? These damn Hamites, man. You understand? I remember, I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem, where they abound there.
Good night.
You understand? I know what they do, and I know what they're about. And they do not love us, man.
That's right.
All they want to do is just like the other nations, man. Siphon, economics from us, man. Have sex with our women, man. That's all they want to do, man. I knew a sister, she married a Hamite, had a baby with the Hamite. The Hamite took the baby to Africa, and she never seen the baby again. Oh, I'm going to take the baby to meet his family in Africa. And took the baby to Africa, and she never seen the baby again. You understand? That's why we doing this. That's why I'm doing this class, man.
Right.
Understand? They coming over here. I'm watching the movie and I see black people. You know what I always do? Now, I used to didn't do this. I go and Google them and see what their bloodline is.
God, me too, sir.
And I'd be surprised. There'd be a lot of Hamites.
Right.
They wasn't on those slave ships, man. They wasn't cutting sugar cane in Haiti and Jamaica.
Right.
You understand? They wasn't harvesting bananas and other crops in the Bahamas and Trinidad. They wasn't on Puerto Rico being called the rich ports.
Right.
Because of the oppression that they put on the Puerto Ricans. They wasn't in Mexico, man.
Come on.
You understand? They wasn't on them ships, man.
Damn right.
They are not our people, man.
Right.
And we don't have to love them because their skin is just similar to ours.
Come on.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, Salaki, sir, if I may. I'm glad you brought up, the so-called, our Hispanic brothers and sisters too, because now they're starting to identify with Africans like Afro-Latino, and all that.
Yeah, it's a whole program. See,
come.
These things are not by chance, man. These are programs that put out there. Captain Knockback brought out something so heavy last night, man, about how they try all these things on rats first.
Right.
You understand? They try it out on the rats, man. And then they implement it into their, into their policies, because rats are mammals and they try to, their functions, the way their bodies operate and are similar to men, to human beings, because we're mammals.
Right.
That's why they experiment on rats, because rats have a similar type of brain pattern as human beings, being mammals. So they want to convince us that we're Africans. Man, them Black Panther movies, I hate those movies, man.
Damn right, sir.
Watch them, man.
Damn
Wakanda
right.
forever.
Hell no.
How could something fictional be forever, man? How can a lie, an image, you understand, be forever?
Right.
You know what's forever? Israel.
Right.
the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, Lord and Christ, that's forever.
Damn right.
That's what we should aspire to be. We ain't no damn Hamites, man.
That's right.
You understand? And we're going to prove it.
Come.
We already did, but we got lots more. Where we at? 13 and 13?
Come,
finish
sir.
that?
No, I ain't started yet, sir.
Read 13 and 13, Baba Kashab.
Come. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 13, verse 13. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly.
Ooh, meaning that they were wicked and they exceeded all bounds of wickedness with that LGBTQ or alternate lifestyle, alternative lifestyle, to the point where they wanted to have the sex with the angels, man. Damn. When the Most High sent the angels to save Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah, the men of Sodom and Gomorrah, and according to the scriptures, they were on the border of the Hamites. They were within the confines of the Hamites' territory. We just read it. They wanted to have sex with the angels, man. Rather than, and Lot offered up his daughters to them for marriage. They said, nah, we don't want that. We want them two new dudes you got in there. Good night. You can read about it right there. I think it's Genesis, what is it, 16, 17, around in there. You know, Lot. It might be 19, but it's there. Anyway, read on.
Come, verse 14.
No, read 14.
Come, book of Genesis, chapter 13, verse 14.
No. Salaki. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Come.
Let's go to Genesis 43 and 32.
Come.
We're going to come back to some of this, but we're going to skip ahead for a minute. Understand? They were exceedingly wicked, man. You understand? The people of Sodom and Gomorrah, and they were Hamites, man, for the most part. Right. Read on. Let me know when you get it.
Okay, I got it, sir. The book of Genesis, chapter 43, verse 32.
Now, let me say this. This is when we're in captivity to the Egyptians. And I just want to point something out here as we move forward. Read.
Come. And they set on him, and they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves.
So what it's saying, this is Joseph. So Joseph, they invited Joseph to a feast. But Joseph is sitting by himself, and the Egyptians are sitting by themselves. Let's read it.
Come. And for the Egyptians, which did eat with them by themselves.
They ate with themselves. That means the Egyptians ate amongst themselves. They were separate from Joseph. Why? Read.
Come. Because the Egyptians might not eat bread with him.
Read on.
Come.
That's 43 and 32.
Come.
See, the Egyptians wouldn't eat with Joseph.
There's a little bit more.
Yes, there's a little bit more. I know there's a little bit more. But they wouldn't eat with Joseph because Joseph is not an Egyptian. He's not a Hamite.
Right.
He's an Israelite. They knew that he was different. Even though they both were black or melanated people.
Right.
The Egyptians wouldn't want to eat with him. But let's see why. Read.
Because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews.
The Egyptians disdained the Hebrew. They didn't want to, like, breaking bread with a Hebrew was like you take a southern white racist, right?
Right.
He will not sit down at the table and eat with a black man.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
You know, he might do it today just to trick you. But for the most part, he don't want to eat. What do you think what the boycotts was all about? We fighting to eat with them.
Good night.
That was the most foolish thing that, man, I can't even explain how foolish that was.
Damn right.
To put our health and our women in the way to get beaten, bitten, shot down with hoses and beaten with clubs to eat with the oppressor, man. That was ridiculous, man.
Damn right.
Makes me mad thinking about it.
Count out of one con, sir.
Any more?
Come on, sir.
Read it.
Come on. For that is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
It's an abomination, man. Meaning a hateful thing. An abomination is it's hateful to them for the Egyptians to eat with a Hebrew. You understand? That means they hate you, man.
That's right.
You understand? Case number a piece of evidence number 1.
Right.
You understand? Now go to 46. That's it on that.
Come on, sir.
Go to 46 and 34. Genesis 46 and 34. Baba Kashak.
Come on.
Understand? These people never loved us, man.
That's right.
They still don't love us. All they want to do is use us, man. Everything we good at, they emulate us. You understand? To try to get in because they know that's the way to get money, man.
Right. You
understand? Remember what the NBA did. The NBA opened a basketball league in Africa.
Good night.
You understand? They won't support Ice Cube in his league.
Right.
They won't support the Rucker in Harlem.
Right.
Oh, I forgot the name of the tournament in Philadelphia. They won't support those, but they send money to Africa so that they can get players from Africa.
Big old Goliath.
You understand? What the hell?
Right.
Oprah, did she open a school in Chicago or Mississippi, where she's from?
Sir.
She opened a school in Africa, and it was a fraudulent thing anyway. It fell apart immediately. There's all kind of sexual abuse going on in there.
Good night.
Because that's what they do.
Right.
Understand? They kidnap the women and rape them and all that. Understand? But where there's no law, there's no transgression.
Right.
Now, read, brother.
Come on, Book of Genesis, chapter 46, verse 34. That ye shall say, thy servant's trade hath been about cattle from our youth even unto now.
What they're saying is that the Israelites, our trade was in cattle. You understand? We were shepherds. And I don't care who you are. If you read about the Israelites, you know, even in the law, when they sacrificed that thing which was valuable to them.
Right.
Which was the cattle, because we were shepherds. And the Egyptians are saying that the trade that they were doing with the Israelites was through their cattle. They hated us, but they loved that cattle. Let's read it.
Both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
Yeah, it is. They traded with us. We had cattle. Man, they like beef. They like lamb. So they traded with us. That's what we had to trade. You understand? Because we don't have the land of Israel yet.
Right.
So we're shepherds. Abraham was rich in cattle. When he went down into Egypt, what do you think he was doing? He wasn't there looking at the pyramids. He was there trading.
Right.
He took all the cattle down there. Like, you know, you see those Western movies when they drive the cattle from Texas up to Oklahoma or Kansas. That's what Abraham did, man. He took all the cattle down to Egypt, man, and did trade. And you read in the scriptures, he came out very rich in cattle. So that's what we did. Joseph was wise. He didn't make us stay amongst the Egyptians. He separated us in a land that was good for cattle called Goshen. You understand? Where we could raise our cattle and trade. How do you think we became mighty, man? Why do you think the Egyptians hated us, man?
Right.
Because we had our own thing, man. Yeah, and it wasn't with them. We were separate. We was holy from them. Let's get it. Any more on that?
Sir.
So now we're going to go to the book of Judges. Go to the book of Judges, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Come.
You understand? But I'm going to make a point here because it took me 2 weeks to find this. You understand? And I'm going to talk about the Philistines. I couldn't find this scripture. It took me 2 weeks to find this scripture, but I'm never going to forget it now. But I'm going to show you that the Philistines were Hamites. According to the book of Genesis, man. You understand?
Come on.
But let's go to Judges 13:1.
Come on. It's the book of Judges, chapter 13, verse 1. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of the Lord.
So here we are, me messing up again. We following after the other nations. When you say evil, the children of Israel did evil, that means that we're taking on the customs of the other nations and we're not following the Lord. That's what it means.
Come on.
Read.
Come on. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years.
Now, it means the Philistines oppressed us and was lords over us for 40 years. Now, who are the Philistines? I was looking, man, I was like, damn, how can I prove that the Philistines was African?
Okay.
All you got to do is keep reading. Most High is going to reveal it to you. Now, we're going to before we get to that, let's go to 1 Samuel's. You understand? 1 Samuel's 7, verses 10. We're going to read verse 10 and verse 13.
Okay.
Second 10. I'm showing you here where these Hamites hated us, man. These Egyptians hated us, man.
Right.
In Sodom and Gomorrah, they hated Lot because he was different. And he didn't want to get down with the alternative lifestyle. So they were going to rape his guests, who just happened to be angels who brought scunion on them.
Damn right.
You understand? Scunion is hell. You understand? So let's go.
Come on. This is the first book of Samuel, chapter 7, verse 10. And as Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel.
The Philistines came to fight. This is during the time of Samson. You understand? They were our enemies. When Samson killed 1,000 warriors with the jawbone of an ass, he was fighting the Philistines. They were Africans, and I'm going to prove it in just a minute.
Okay.
The Philistines were the ones that were fighting us. The name Palestine comes from the word Philistines because that's the land of Canaan that we took from them by the word of the Most High God.
Okay.
And I'm going to prove it. Read on.
Come. But the Lord thundered with a great thunder on that day upon the Philistines.
Most High said, okay, y'all done did enough to my people. I got this.
Most High Christ.
Read verse 13, Baba Kasha.
Come. Oh, you don't want to finish that?
Yeah, finish it up.
Come, sir. And discomfort them, and they were smitten before Israel.
Understand, the Most High made them afraid. When he discomforted them, he causes something to happen to put fear in the other nation, and they don't have the heart to fight no more. And we come in there and spank that ass.
Damn right. Most High Christ.
Spank that tukis.
Kind of what, sir?
Understand? That's what the Most High, when he says your enemies will be my enemies, that's what he does.
Damn right.
Okay.
Verse 13, sir?
Yes.
Come. The first book of Samuel, chapter 7, verse 13. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel.
They didn't come anymore. After we spanked them,
damn right,
they stayed away from us. But they're Philistines, right? Let's get one more. Get first and go to 1742. Then I'm going to prove that they're Africans after these couple of verses.
Come.
Read 1 Samuel 17 and 42.
Come, sir.
You understand? These people have always been our enemies.
Right.
You understand? Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, the Tower of Babel, they were against God when Nimrod built Babel, which became Babylon.
Come.
Which later on, we were in captivity to them. The Babylonian captivity. You understand?
Come, sir.
Just because the oppressor shows all these nations to be Caucasoids, the Bible tells us who they really were. You can believe whoever you want. I'm believing the word of God. That's what I'm believing. I'm rocking with this.
Right.
You understand? Read, brother.
Come. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 42. And when the Philistine looked about and saw David, he disdained him.
Okay, then. Now, here's David. the king of Israel,
Most High Christ.
the warrior of Israel, brother. King David was a warrior. He practiced martial arts and killing like every day, damn near.
Dang.
I think it's in Samuel 11 or either 17. It's one of them chapters where he was practicing war, meaning he's practicing martial art, fighting skills, which is what martial arts is.
Damn right.
Understand? Don't think we didn't have nothing.
Right. Most High Christ.
You understand? Okay. So read verse, that's finished from 42?
Nah, there's a little bit more, sir.
Finish 42 and go to 46.
Come. For he was but a youth and ruddy and of a fair countenance.
He was a youth and he was ruddy, meaning he was a pretty boy. He was handsome. That's all it meant.
Most High Christ.
A youth and he was ruddy. He's like what we call today. You see a young boy, he pretty, all the girls like him. That's a pretty boy. That's what David was. You understand? Read on.
Come. Verse 46. This day will the Lord deliver thee into mine hand.
He's telling, David is talking trash to the Philistines.
Good night.
They thought that the rest of the Israelites was afraid, but David was not. He said, today the Lord is going to deliver you into my hand.
Oui.
Read on.
God, and I will smite thee and take thine head from thee.
He told him he told Goliath he's gonna take his head. Goliath was a Philistine. Dang. That means he was an African. You don't believe me yet, but when I give you this proof, you're gonna know it's true.
Oui.
You understand? But I'm just doing it this way because I want to hit you with a left hook. You understand?
That's it up.
You understand? I'm gonna give you a Tank Davis joint.
Ooh.
You know, Tank Davis hit you with that left uppercut, boy. Anyway.
Come.
I just try to have a little fun.
Most High Christ.
Because I love doing this. I really do.
Most High Christ.
You know, this is the truth. I'm reading you from the book of God.
Damn
and
right.
I love it. That's it on 46. Finish 46, Baba Kashan. Then go to 50.
Come. And I will give thee the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the earth. Fowls of the air.
After he killed Goliath and cut off his head, they're going to kill the rest of them Philistines and leave them out there for the birds and animals to eat. Woo. And he did it. It's like Muhammad Ali used to talk trash, but he used to back it up. It's like Deion Sanders.
Right.
Talking trash. Deion Sanders said, I was fly. I was the dude in Pop Warner. I was the dude in high school. I was the dude in college. I was the dude in the pros. What made you think it was going to be any different?
Right.
Now that I'm a coach. And he's backing it up. So David was talking trash and he's backing it up.
Come.
He's backing it up. And the enemy is who?
The Philistines, sir.
Remember the Philistines. Read verse 50.
Come. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 50. So David prevailed over the Philistine with a sling and with a stone, and smote the Philistine.
He bust Goliath upside the head with that stone. He hit him so hard with the stone that the stone, even though he had on a brass helmet, the stone was embedded in his forehead.
Damn.
Because he had been out there practicing hitting lions and bears, protecting his flock, if you read the scriptures, which we in ISUPK, we do all the time. Every damn day. You understand? And so David killed this Philistine. He was 9 feet tall. He was 6 cubits, which is 18 inches, man. At 9 feet. And he thought he was the baddest man on the planet. Everybody was afraid of him. You understand? And David knocked him down with a nice stone he picked up. Nice smooth stone he put in that sling. Bang! It embedded in it. The scriptures tell you it was embedded in his forehead. Woo. That's it on 50?
There's a little bit more, sir.
Finish it up.
Then
go to 52.
And slew him, but there was no sword in the hand of David.
David went out there with just a slingshot, so he didn't have no sword. Right? He didn't have a sword.
But
what did he do? Read 52.
Verse 52. And the men of Israel and of Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines.
Okay, so I skipped 51.
51, you would have finished.
Read 51.
Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 51. Therefore David ran and stood upon the Philistine and took his sword.
Now, they tell you the weight of this sword, right? And the size of it. It was a pretty big sword. The dude, David that knocked him out cold. He out cold, damn near dead.
Right.
If he ain't dead.
Right.
David runs and stands on him and takes his sword and cuts off his head. Because just the weight of the sword, they tell you it weighed a certain amount of 300 shekels or whatever. It was a hell of a sword, man. And just if you can pick it up and drop it on somebody, their head gonna come off. Trust and believe.
Come on.
Understand? So now, finish 51 and read 52.
Come on. And drew it out of the sheath thereof and slew him and cut off his head therewith.
He stabbed him and he cut off his head with his own sword after he hit him in the head with the rock. He probably was already dead, man.
Right.
Anyway, I love that story.
Right.
I love when we kill our enemies, man.
Damn right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because they was worthy of being killed because they was wicked and they were against God.
Right.
They was against the Most High. That's why he wanted us to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Most High is a terrible power.
Damn right.
Read verse 52, Baba Kashah. Yes, Salaki.
Oh, Salaki. And when the Philistines saw their champion was dead, they fled.
You understand? The Philistines. Remember that. Next verse after this, we're gonna get to it. The proof that they were Hamites. Read.
Verse 52.
2 weeks to find that scripture. Read.
And the men of Israel and of Judah arose and shouted and pursued the Philistines.
They was so you know what happened. Like your team is down by 3, and they score a touchdown at the end of the game, and we won. Everybody go rushing on the field. You understand? That's what's happening here. Everybody, they exuberant now. Right. They go, we gonna whip them. If little David could kill them dudes, we gonna tear them a new one. So we pursued them, and let me finish reading it, brother. This was something, man.
God. Until thou come to the valley into the gates of Ekron, and the wounded of the Philistines fell down by the way to Sharim, even unto Gath and unto Ekron.
Meaning we chased them for a good while. We chased them down. We chased them down. You understand? The Philistines. Now I'm going to prove to you beyond reasonable doubt that the Philistines were Africans. Go to the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verses 13 and 14. The Philistines, right? Every nation in the Bible is named after their father. Right. The Cushites are named after Cush. The Elamites are named after Elam. The Moabites are named after Moab. The Israelites is named after Israel.
That's right.
Their father. Now let's get it.
Book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 13. And Mizraim beget Ledim.
Now, Mizraim, who is that?
It's like you said, the Egyptians.
He's the Egyptians. He's one of the sons of Ham.
Right.
And he begat Ledim. Read on.
And Anamim.
And Ananim. That's I'm not going to get into that. Read on.
And Labim.
And Labim.
And Naphatum.
And Naphatum, that's the crazy people that they talking about now anyway. Or another story. But anyway, read on.
Verse 14. And Pathrasum and Kalashim, out of whom came Philistine.
Came who?
Philistine.
Philistine, or the Philistines, their father is the grandson of Mizraim and Hamite. Man, I've been looking for that script. Trust and believe. I kid you not.
God, sir.
You know, when I first got the concept of doing this class, I had to prove that the Philistines were Hamites. You understand? And there's a video of Palestine or Israel in 1907. It's the motion picture when they first, and you see the people, they Hamites. You understand? So here we've proven, say again, Just a tad. We've proven, I just proved it to you in the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verses 13 and 14, that the Philistines, because every nation is named after their father.
Right.
The Philistines come from a man named Philistine, who was the grandson of Mizraim, the Egyptians. They were Africans.
Right.
And they were our enemies. And every page that we turn to, those Africans or those Hamites have been our enemies, man. And so now we're supposed to love them and say they're our people.
Good night.
Not in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
Not under Commanding General Yohana.
Right.
We trust in the word of the Lord, man. These damn Hamites, man, all they want to do is take your spot, man.
Come on.
You understand? And they love getting at your woman, brother. Trust and believe. I used to hear them bragging about it in Harlem.
What?
How they used to get at the African American women and the Latino women. That was their thing.
They get Latinos too?
Yeah. Now, Harlem is black and Latino. You ain't know that?
Yeah, I didn't know they was getting the Latinos too.
Yeah, they was getting them Latinos too. But this is what we keep trying to tell you. Like all the brothers and sisters is going. It wasn't so much as the African American women, but
right.
The Latinos and African, like in East Harlem, in Harlem in particular, but particularly in East Harlem, like there's hardly any difference between blacks and Hispanics.
Most times.
Go and see for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
They doing all the thing when they have black parties. They play Latino music, black music, all together, dancing and all that. Go see in the South Bronx too. Benjamin and Judah and Ephraim get along better than any other people.
Kind on one kind.
Not that they don't have disputes and stuff and arguments, you understand, but they get along pretty well. You understand? Because we the same people.
Damn right.
Understand? Read 14 again.
Come on. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 10, verse 14. And Pathresum and Kalashim, out of whom came Philistine.
Out of whom came Philistine. Philistine is the father of the Philistines. They are Africans.
That's right.
And they was fighting us for a long time, man. You understand? For a long time. Now, if you read the history of the world or the history of the oppressor, they try to tell you that the Philistines came from somewhere in Asia. That's a damn lie.
Right.
I just proved it. Oh, we just proved it, Slocky. Ain't no I in this team. But we just proved it that the Philistines were of the Hamitic races of people, the dark races. You understand? Because until the Edomites were born, now you had some albinos and stuff like that, but until the Edomites were born into the earth, which was later, well, I mean, during the time of when the Philistines were born, you understand, there were no Edomites, meaning that there were no oppressors, man, on the planet at the time. So all the people had various shades of brown. Light brown, dark, blue, black, brown.
Right.
There wasn't no so-called, quote-unquote, white people on the earth at this time. During the time of before Israel was the 12th tribe. Before Jacob and Esau was born, there were no white people on the planet Earth.
That's right.
Because Edom is the father of all the white nations.
That's right.
Understand? But Jacob have I loved, and Esau have I hated.
Damn right.
Those are not my words.
Come.
Understand? So now, now that we've proven that the Philistines are in fact Hamites, beyond reasonable doubt, let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 3 and verse 10.
Come.
The book of Joshua, chapter 3 and verse 10, we're going to do. Okay, Baba Shah. We're going to get out of here on time today, bro.
Come on, Casa.
We got about 20 minutes, okay?
Come on, Casa.
Well, we can almost finish. We might not have to do part 2.
Come on, Casa.
Read it, brother.
Come on, Casa. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 3, verse 10. And Joshua said, hereby ye shall know that the living power is among you.
This is something's going to happen, you understand, and that we're going to know by this occurrence that the Most High power is with us. Now let's see what it is. Read.
Come on. And that he will without fail drive out from before you the Canaanites.
The who?
The Canaanites.
Who are the Canaanites? The sons of Ham.
Damn right.
All of these nations that we're about to break off, read out, are Hamites. Every last one of them. And if you don't believe it, just go to the genealogy and it'll show you. Read.
That's right. Come on, God. And the Hittites, and the Hivites, and the Perizzites, and the Gershites, and the Amorites.
Girgashites.
Girgashites. Come on, God. And the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Jebusites.
All of those nations, the Canaanite, all of those the different tribes of Africans. Damn. According to the genealogy. You understand? And they fighting us. You understand? Babylon, Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And now in the land of Israel. They're still our enemies. When Samson fought against them, they were our enemies. When David fought against them, they were our enemies, the Philistines. So now these are different tribes, the Canaanites and the Hivites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Jebusites. Right? Let's go to chapter 9 and verse 12. Yeah, we're going to get them all in. We got time. Chapter 9, Joshua chapter 9 and verse 12.
Oh, God. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 9, verse 12. This our bread we took hot for our provision out of our houses on this, it's like on the day we came forth to go unto you.
Hold on, Salakia. My bad.
Okay.
Chapter 9 and verse 1 and 2. Salakia.
Come on,
my bad.
No sweat, sir. Book of Joshua, chapter 9, verse 1. And it came to pass, when all the kings which were on this side of Jordan, in the hills and in the valleys.
Now, when all the kings, meaning the other nations, they up in the mountains, on the other side, we on one side of the Jordan, and they on the other side because we haven't taken that land yet.
Come on.
You understand? That's what it's telling you. Read on.
Come on. And in all the coasts of the great sea over, it's like in the great sea over against Lebanon.
Meaning they talking about the what is it? The not the Red Sea, the
Dead Sea, sir?
No.
Mediterranean?
The Mediterranean Sea.
Come on.
That's the Great Sea. That's the Mediterranean. They're on, meaning that they're on the western side of the river.
Come on.
Between the Jordan River and the Red Sea. I mean, Mediterranean Sea. So the Jordan River is here, and they're west of the Jordan, and we're on the eastern side of the Jordan. Okay. Read on.
Of the great sea over against Lebanon.
Against, you know where Lebanon is. Even unto this day, Lebanon is close to the Mediterranean Sea.
Same
it's
place?
Yeah.
Most High Christ.
Understand?
Read
on.
The Hittite.
The Hittite, African.
And the Amorite.
The Hamite. Read on.
The Canaanite.
Hamite. Read on.
The Perizzite.
Hamite. Read on.
The Hivite.
Hamite. Read on.
And the Jebusite.
Hamite thereof.
Damn right.
You understand? So unequivocally, these people have been our enemies in crucial times in our history. You understand? So as it was in the beginning, so shall it be at the end, man.
That's right.
So this is for all of you African lovers, man, who love Africans. What's his name? Johnson, Umar Johnson, the African Pan-African Conference. We're all going to come together as Africans.
Still building that school, sir.
You understand? Put your money on it, Africans. Put your money on it that we all gonna come together. Put your money on it. I'm a bet against you.
Right.
Understand? It ain't gonna happen. You understand? Because we, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are not Africans at all.
That's right.
At all. Understand? I remember telling a sister, Isupkwednesday sister, she was working in a fast food restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And I was coming home from class one night. I wanted to give me some chicken. Matter of fact, it was the chicken spot. And I said to her, she was nice, and we was having to talk while I was waiting for my chicken.
Both sound correct.
And I said, did you know that you're the nation of Issachar in the Bible? And she looked at me. She kind of laughed. She liked that.
Oh.
And then I said, you know that Issachar and Judah, we black people is Judah. Do you know that we had the same mother and father? She almost fainted. Like she was like, what the hell are you talking about, man? But Issachar and Judah, the so-called Negro and the so-called Mexican, have the same mother and father.
Good night.
Rebecca. You understand? Not Rebecca.
Like I said, Leah.
Leah.
Come on.
You understand? So we have the same mother and father, man. That means we're family.
We.
You understand? You know, even in my family, I got one son, he kind of light skinned, and the other one, he dark as hell, like my father. You understand? But they both my son.
Damn right.
You understand? So, you understand? So the idea, what we want to clarify, the idea that we're Africans, we want to destroy that notion because it's a lie. The thing that the Bible tells us about who we are, that's who we are. You understand what I'm saying? And let me tell you something real quick.
Come on, God.
About Issachar. I'm telling you, this world would be a horrible place without Issachar.
That's right.
So let me tell you something. I had 2 leaky faucets in my bathroom and my 2 sinks, right? So I went and bought the faucets myself. And I asked a Lowe's to come and do it. They wanted $422. Shit. Then I went and called a handyman. One handyman wanted $479 to do it. So me and my rib was sitting outside, and these 2 Issacharites drove up in a truck. And they went into this house, one of my neighbor's house. So my rib said, yo, see if they know somebody. So I went over there and I talked to the Issacharite brother. He was very nice.
Both sides correct.
He said he's going to come Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning. He came Sunday, 10 o'clock in the morning, and he put both. He changed the pipes and everything. He did both of them for $100.
God damn.
I said to myself, my God, where would this world be without Issachar, man? Where would the United States be without the Mexican people, man?
Con out of one con.
It's scary, man, for real. I'm not hyping up nothing, man. I'm for real. Like these brothers, man, is so righteous, man, and doing work and helping people, man. You understand what I'm saying? He did it for $100. Lowe's wanted to charge me $422, and I bought the faucets from them. I just want to give Issachar some props for that.
Damn right.
Because when I needed my trees chopped down, it was an Issacharite neighbor who came and did it.
Come.
You understand? And this is the thing about Issachar that the tribe of Judah need to learn. When Issachar say he gonna be there at 10 o'clock, Issachar is there at 9:55.
Good night.
That's been my experience.
That's right.
Let's keep it real. Let's get back to these Hamites. Now, I just wanted to do that for the tribe of Issachar to show how diligent they are as a people. Their name literally means he is hired. Now, if there was ever a person that lived up to their name, it's the Issacharite, man. The so-called Mexican. Let's go. Where we at?
This is a 9 and 2, sir.
Read.
Come. Book of Joshua, chapter 9, verse 2. That they gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua and with Israel.
There it is. Read verse 1 again.
Come. Book of Joshua, chapter 9, verse 1. And it came to pass, When all the kings, like it, when all the kings.
No. We got that already. Go back to 2. Read verse 2 again, Salaki.
Come on, sir. The book of Joshua, chapter 9, verse 2. That they gathered together, it's like it, that they gathered themselves together.
All of those Hamite tribes, all of them gathered themselves together to fight against Israel.
Right.
Read.
To fight with Joshua and with Israel.
Now, Joshua took Moses' spot.
Come.
So he is the leader of Israel.
That's right.
So all those nations gathered against us because they got the word that we coming to take theirs.
Good night.
Hey, man, we can't beat them alone, so we're going to gather up together against them.
Right.
The Most High told us to go in there and take the land. It was a commandment. Because they was living wicked. They was doing child sacrifice, homosexuality, all kind of wickedness. Had all kind of crazy gods, still do. I seen, man, some of the things, I seen a little boy licking the butt of a cow, man. I almost fell out.
Good night.
The little African boy. And then I seen another guy, he was taking a piss shower. He pouring the cow piss on him. Like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Then, one of the videos that I see, it's a video where there's these 4 Hamites. And the guy asks them their name, and they talking that. They began to click language, and then they come out with a word at it. One guy's name sounded almost like New Year's Eve, like it was tick 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 New Year's Eve. I was crying, yo.
Come on.
And this guy who was battling Captain Tazariak, he was a clown, and Captain Tazariak broke him down masterfully.
Damn right.
It was fun to listen to and to watch. And the reason why we speak against these Hamites is because the truth, man.
Right.
They are not our brothers, man. They'll feign to be your brother. I seen some Hamites, they was lifting weights. They were bodybuilders. And you know what they said? They were stronger than the African American. We stronger than African American. Yeah? I don't think so.
Right.
But if that's what you want to believe, just go ahead on.
Right.
We stronger. Got big old muscle. We stronger than the African American. Yeah? Okay. You understand? Let's see if you are. Understand? Let's go to finish that up. That's finish 2.
Come. To fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord.
With one accord, meaning that they was all in agreement against us. That's why when you read the 83rd Psalm, it includes the Hamites as the enemies against us. You understand? Let's get it.
Come.
You finished that one, right?
Come,
Let's go to the 83rd Psalm, verse 6.
Come.
The Hagarenes. The Hagarenes are. Let me get it there. Here we go. I got it. The Philistines and the Hagarenes and the inhabitants of Tyre.
Come.
You understand? Those are Africans.
Damn right.
The Hagarenes in verse 6 and the Philistines in verse 7. They are in cahoots with the other nations against us, man.
Damn right.
Read verse 5 through 7, Baba Kashar, Psalm 83.
Come. It's the book of Psalm, chapter 83, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes are Africans. Read on.
Come. Verse 7. Gabal and Ammon and Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines, man. Understanding, we prove to you that the Philistines are in fact Hamites.
That's right.
What are known today as Africans. Now we running out of time, so let me try to get one that we can end with. And let's see if we can get two. Okay, the brothers, remember I just said that the Africans had said that they were stronger than African Americans.
Come.
Well, let's see what the Most High got to say about that. Let's go to Psalm 105, verses 23 and 24, Baba Kasha.
23 and 24, sir?
23 and 24. Psalm 105, 23 and 24.
Come, God.
They're stronger than us. Well, let's see.
Come. It's the book of Psalm 105, verse 23. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned in the land of Ham.
So what he's saying is that the Israelites traveled all throughout the land of Ham, Egypt, and other lands of Ham, wherever the Hamites was, man. We was all through there.
Right.
Abraham traded with them. You understand? Joseph dealt with them. Then we came in there, 70 souls, and dwelt with them. And then we moved over to Goshen, and then we moved into the land of Canaan, and we was dealing with them. We sojourned. Jacob, meaning the Israelites, traveled throughout the land where the Hamites lived.
Right.
That's what it says, right?
Come.
Read on.
Come, verse 24. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies.
We. You understand? Hey, that was good timing on that one.
Damn right.
The Most High made us stronger than our enemies.
Damn
The
right.
only reason why we're weak now is because we're living the way of the punishment, and we're taking drugs, all kind of pharmaceutical extractions and medicines and drugs, and eating poison food, and it weakens us, man.
Right.
And these nations know this, man. They know this, man. We just been reading it to you, man. You think they don't read this Bible? You think they don't know?
Mm-hmm.
You think the heathen, who wrote the Zondervan? The heathen, man.
Come.
They know. In the book of Judith, tells you, man, these nations found out how to get at Israel, man. Get them to go against their God, and then we could get them. Quote unquote. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I'm just putting it out there in plain language.
Right.
They know how to destroy us, man. And they want us to hug up with these Africans, man, so they could stab us in the back. That's the only thing that's going to happen. You know, I don't know what the award shows were. I saw an award show last week, or it was a week before, sometime in the recent past, and they was giving this Hamite this award for some of the Afro beats. You know, I can't stand them Afro beats.
You're goddamn right, sir.
And they're gonna say that we got our beats from them.
Good night.
Have you ever heard of the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s? All the music that we put out,
right?
Y'all wasn't even here, and you're gonna say we got beats from y'all? Man, stop. Afro beats. You understand? And they copy every dance.
Right.
You understand that we do. What music did they originate other than Afro beats, man? What worldwide music form has been accepted throughout the earth other than the music of the Israelites, man?
Right.
Jazz all over the world, hip hop all over the world, R&B all over the world, salsa all over the world.
That's right.
Reggae all over the world. Mm-hmm. All over the world. The Lord made us stronger than our enemies, man. We just read it. In order for you to access that strength, the Most High has to be with us. That's what makes us stronger.
That's right.
The Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. One more and we out.
Okay, sir.
Give me Psalm 106. We're going to read verse 21 and 22 and 38. And then we're going to wrap it up after that. We had some more, but we don't need them. I think we proved our point pretty well tonight.
That's right.
But let's finish with this.
Come on, God, sir. The book of Psalm 106, verse 21. They forgot God, their Savior.
See, we forgot the Most High. You understand? We forgot the Most High. He didn't forget us.
Right.
Go ahead.
Which had done great things in Egypt.
We've done all those great things that we mentioned, some of them earlier when we were in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
He did great things, and he had Moses and them write it down so that we wouldn't forget, man.
That's right.
And if we had done that, we would know who we are today, and we wouldn't be oppressed, not knowing who the hell we are, wanting to be some other mate, some other nation, man.
Good night.
Nah, ain't gonna happen, man.
That's right.
You know. Read on.
Verse 22. Wondrous works in the land of Ham.
In the land of Ham. Most High did wondrous works in the land of Ham.
Damn right.
You understand? We are not Hamites, man.
Right.
The sons of Ham have always carried themselves as our enemies, man. Always, man. I'm not trying. I'm not making this up, man. They sold you to the white man. Man. They sold you to the oppressor. They gathered you up. I was watching last week when they were visiting that slave prison, the gate of no return. And I just watching it when they went down into that dungeon. Just watching it, man. I wasn't even there. I'm in my house watching it on TV. And when they go down into the dungeon part, where you stay there until they put you on the boat, and man, like one woman was saying that you can still feel the spirits in there. That's what she was saying. I don't know. I ain't going over there. I ain't going down in there either. But I'm telling you now, it's scary as hell to watch it. I was watching them, and then they go down into this dungeon. It's a dungeon. It's underground. And they put you in there, and they chain you up in there, and until they put you on the slave ships.
Damn.
They call it the land. They call it the place of no return, something like that. And I was watching it, man. It's horrible, man. And these people sold us to the worst people on the planet Earth, man.
That's right.
Understand? And you're gonna be their friend? No.
Damn, man.
You understand that it's not for me. With that being said, we're not Africans. We're Israelites.
Right.
They're not our friends. They do not love us, and therefore we should not love them. It's foolish to love your enemies.
Right.
It is. And with that, I'm going to turn the class over to Precinct Officer Mayashar Shalom Israel, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Barakatham, Yahweh Shema Alathab Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.
Video cut out around 6:30. Hey, my bad. I didn't check it. Yeah. Right here, the top off the video cut out. The sound is still good, but the video cut out.
Oh man, they cut out when the good stuff came.
I mean, they still heard you.
Okay, they can hear me. Okay, well we got it in there. We'll do it again.
Come on, concert. Yeah, I don't know. Something was wrong with that because we checked it and made sure it was good. It was good. Good. Man.
I was watching the light stayed on.
Yeah, something might be wrong with that. Come on, concert.
Yeah, man, that verse in Genesis 10, 13, and 14, where it tells you the Philistines. You don't know. I even called Captain nonstop trying to find it.
Okay, sir. The water, sir. Great class. Security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew is pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocation will be the Day of Atonement. It's coming up be sundown Sunday, September the 24th. Remind Akim and Akwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then start wearing all black, which includes black boots,